Yeah, sure. So basically, my name is Joshua Harun, and I am working in our church as a youth director. And we are located in Lahore, Pakistan. The Pakistan established area is Lahore. And by the grace of God, we have our church over here from our ancestor. My grandfather was a pastor. So he planted this church here in this colony when he came over here. And after he slept in Christ, my dad was 19 years old, and he took over all the church and run this church and built this church. And after he built it, and when we became at 17 and 18, my dad passed away in a few years back. I told Pastor Barry as well. So Lord has given this legacy to on our shoulder. Our vision is not just in our to stay in our church. Our vision is to win as much as souls we can in this country and make a great harvest from this country.
Because when we think of Pakistan as being a Muslim country that's very
Yes.
close to the gospel. Tell us about what it's like to be a Christian in Pakistan.
There are a lot of hardships over here for Christians and big numbers of Muslims over here. So, especially the racism, and other than, they always consider Christians as third class citizens rather than having degrees in good, fields. The Christian, wouldn't be able to find good jobs over here because, like, the factor they are Christian, they wouldn't, the people wouldn't allow you to, have a have a good job and become a officer over those Muslims. So they didn't, give you that kinds of positions and jobs. Like last year, it happens. A lot of towns got burned, house got destroyed by mobs, extremists and mobs. They burned the houses. They, persecute our brothers and sisters, even beat them as well. And what happened there, like they burned churches as well, like 4 or 5 churches they burned in that in 2 3 towns. As in church, we went there and we blessed even 40 families from our own, pocket. We blessed them by the grace of God. So at the end, in the conclusion, it is, always hard for Christian in this country.
Is the government anti-Christian, or is the government okay with there being Christians in Pakistan?
Government is okay with being Christian. Like there are what you can say, like as I told you before, like police and officers, they help us. Even we have like in few months we're gonna arrange a big convention crusade in our town. So government will gonna support us. They will send their police to to security, to give us security in that program. So government is okay with us.
So talk us a little bit about the everyday life of you guys as a church.
Everyday life, we have approximately 3 service in a week. Okay, one service is Sunday main service, and another service is Tuesday service where we have healing session and intercession prayers. And on Friday we have women's prayer meeting, which conducted by my mother, Pastor Sana Harun, the woman director of our church. And on Saturday, we have a youth meeting, which is conducted by me and Brother Moses. We plan this youth meeting, and an interesting thing for children's, for youngsters. Like on one week we do study and prayer, and on other week we do activities and question answer on that. So this is how our church, doing, and we every month we try to have an event in church. So it seems interesting for youngsters. A lot of youngsters got attracted by those events.
And so when people convert from Muslim to Christianity, is there much anger about that, or is there an acceptance that that's
Uh,
okay?
the company where I used to sit, my friends, they all are Muslim. So I am the for one Christian in them. So I always, try to teach them what Bible says. So this is how we plant the seed in their life, and they accept that. They accept that. In that context, interconnect some Quran references as well with that, which had, like, Quran says that Jesus Christ came miraculously in this world through Mother Mary. They accept that. They accept that. Things you can build their trust about Jesus. There are a lot of children's youngsters coming over. They are uh, they are accepting that Jesus is the God. If we don't push them to convert their religion, we just need to tell them what Jesus is. When they'll know about Jesus, they'll automatically gonna come to Christianity. I believe that.
How can we pray for you?
Ask you to pray for that Lord will open doors for us, and the vision we have to win a lot of souls for the kingdom. The Lord would be, our provision, and Lord will give us strength and more connection so we can, reach more souls for the kingdom of Christ. Not just connection out of the country, connection out in Pakistan as well. More connection, and we'll grow in Him. And Lord will provide so that we could, stand with our brothers and sisters as much as we can. And we, spread the good news in lost and more souls. Pastor Barry is a very kind person. I texted a lot of pastors, who can pray with us, who can stand with us, but none of them reply. Pastor Barry replied me on my first message, and he connected with me through video call. I still remember that with the guy. You connected with me on a video call. And from that day till now, he is with me through his prayer, through his love, and he is, being, a motivation for me and even encourage me all the time. I love that. And may one day we'll meet and we'll hug each other and we'll together gonna win souls for the kingdom.